Hey everybody, this is Tyler with Ty the Geek MTG, and we have another deck that I found today. Now I did snag this from someone on the internet because, as aforementioned, I am not an amazing deck builder, but I do really enjoy playing. So this is a black aggro deck. I played a couple of rounds earlier today, and it's pretty good. It seems to do okay. We're gonna hop into the standard queue. I'm pretty low ranked in arena on constructed because I just haven't been playing constructed very well. I play brawl, but I haven't played regular constructed that advances ranking very much recently. So we're pretty low. So hopefully we'll pick up a couple of wins here. So yeah, it's mono black. Our curve topper is Gary, aka Gray Merchant of Asphodel. Nightmare Shepherd does some pretty cool stuff, especially when combined with Gary and maybe sacking him to Ayara. Luris enables the Archfiend's Vessel kind of combo. Luris and Call of the Death Dweller both really enable that pretty ridiculously. Null Priest is also really good. So any of those ways you bring Archfiends back, Archfiend, I guess it's Archfiend. Any of the ways you bring Archfiends back, it's gonna make a 5/5 demon. So that's pretty sweet. I've had a couple of times where I made two 5/5s with one Call of the Death Dweller, and that's two 5/5 flyers for 3 mana is pretty solid. So let's hop into some games here and see what kind of damage we can do. So as I think I mentioned in a previous video, I really am a green player, but I actually like black quite a bit. Killing the other people's stuff, gaining life, draining them. Gary is a really fun card. Well, if you're playing it, it's not so much fun if you're having it played against you. So in this deck, a 2-lander is perfectly keepable. We have an Archfiends, we have some removal, and we have some ways to bring the Archfiends back once it gets killed. So this looks pretty sweet, actually. So I'm gonna hold the Null Priest back. Ideally, you'd like to. Oh well, okay. So I did this out of order. That was the wrong play. You should always attack before you make your play. Just to deny the opponent as much information as possible. So that was my bad, people. My bad. Didn't block the Archfiends. So yeah, he knows that I really just want to bring that back to make a 5/5. Well, shoot. I was really hoping for an untapped land. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to kill the Thought Thief. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and attack. And they may flash something in and kill some. Oh, Slitherwisp. I don't know that I knew these modern rogues deck actually. I don't think that's a normal include. So this must be more of a blue black flash deck than this typical rogues deck. Wow, did I really? Okay. So I want to Call of the Death Dweller, but I'd really like to be able to bring two creatures back. So let's go ahead and attack. I mean, honestly, the best thing here would be if he would kill our Timurit. I'm going to just play Grim Dancer. Or maybe Grim Dancer is just going to get countered. Nope, Omen. Drain me. All right, so we got countered. That's no big deal. Because we could always bring it back with Call. But what we really want is... So the way Call of the Death Dweller works is you can return up to 3 mana, converted mana cost worth of cards. So we really want to bring the Archfiends back. Ideally, we'd like a 2-drop or another Archfiend to go with him. We're just going to do just the Archfiend because I just don't want to waste this turn, right? So... Alright, so they're doing another Omen. Are they going to counter? And they have another Drown in the Lock. Okay. So they're really pushing the counter magic here. We're going to get something through eventually. Thought Thief. Okay, so there's an Ayara. You know, my best play is, well... Let's go ahead and try Ayara. Wow, they just have all the counter spells. How many counter spells have they played? 3. Okay. So we're going to hold Timurit back. You know, we'll probably block Slitherwisp. Well, or the Enforcer. Yeah, because the Enforcer's big now. So we're going to block with Timurit because we can call the Death Dweller back. Or we could call Lurrus. That's actually not a bad idea. So we're going to block there regardless. So the reason we would grab Lurrus is because once we get Lurrus... Oh, come on. Do they really have another counterspell? That's going to be pretty rough. This is pretty much going to be over if they have another. And they do. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. They just had all the counterspells they needed. Yeah, we were really close. I think if we had been able to... So, if we reanimate Lurrus there, we get to play the Arc Fiends off of Lurrus's ability. You can play one or two convert a mana cost creature card off of Lurrus from the graveyard every turn. That activates the Arc Fiend's ability, so we would get a 5/5 out of it there. It didn't quite work out. I don't know that we played perfectly, but I think it was fine. They just had all the counter spells. All right. You know, if we pick up... So we're on the draw. You know, on the draw, I'm keeping this. We'll have a couple of chances to pick up a third land. On the play, I might mulligan that. You know, I often forget to think about that, kind of whether we're on the draw or the play. But you know, trying to level up here. Trying to be a better player. Or at least not embarrass myself on video. Are we going to play? All right, so they mulled to 6. We kept an okay 7. Now, as long as we can draw our third land, we're going to be fine. Boros. That'd be pretty wild. Okay, as I say, it'd be pretty wild if Boros didn't have a play. Turn 1 or 2. So Boros on the play, but the benefit we've got here is they did not have a turn 1 play. So now we're going to play Ayara. Turn 2, assuming Timurit survives here. We are not blocking yet because Timurit's going to be a 2/5 once we play Ayara because his toughness... Oh, that's interesting. His toughness is dictated by our devotion to black. So once we get Ayara out, he'll be a 2/5, and that'll be pretty good. Although Luminarch Aspirant is going to cause some trouble. We are going to need to find... Well... We're going to need to find a kill spell, but Grim Dancer is going to do a pretty good job of holding the ground down. And maybe we just play Grim Dancer instead. Because that'll still make him a 2/4. And, oh, okay. So we are going to forget all of that we just said a minute ago, and we're going to go ahead and kill Luminarch. Because they did not have a third land. And Luminarch's really good. So we're going to go ahead and kill Luminarch. I'm going to hold this back. I'm probably going to go ahead and block with Timurit. Since we have another one in our hand and it's legendary, like it feels okay to go ahead and cash one in to get a card out of their hand. So Seasoned Hallowblade can become indestructible. They have to discard a card. So it's sort of a 1-for-1. Okay. Oh, Poopy Pants. This is bad. That only really messes up Lurrus's ability. Because we're not actually casting spells with any of these other abilities, I don't think. Just from the way that's worded, I think we're fine. It does mess up Lurrus. Oh, they didn't do it. Wow, that's weird. So they're sitting there with a 1/3, huh? And stuck on 2 lands. I mean, I've definitely gotten run over by Boros, so it's stuck on 2 lands before, but Pack Beast, what is this deck? So this must be a party thing they got going on. So that he was a warrior, he's a wizard, he's multiple things. Why on earth? Okay, now I'm really confused. Are we just playing against somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing? I guess that's always a possibility. So I typically go Death Touch and Menace on Grimdancer. There are some exceptions to that. With Veto out, I'll sometimes go Menace and Lifelink. The reason I go Death Touch and Menace, it is going to take 2 blockers with it. I'm typically attacking with Grimdancer, and they're going to have to lose 2 creatures to get rid of Grimdancer. Because they have to block with 2 because of Menace. And with Death Touch, it's going to kill both of them, regardless of their power. I'm still really curious why they just chumped. Or why they just attacked the Magistrate into my Nightmare Shepherd. Did they think that I wouldn't block? I'm just confused. Still nothing to do with Call of the Death Dweller. So I think... Oh shoot, I keep playing things in the wrong order. I am so bad at this game. So I'm perfectly willing to trade off Grimdancer for the 2 Pack Beasts. Which they probably should do. They're at 15. I don't know they really want to take 7. Okay, so they take 7. They go to 8. If we can find a Gary, they're just dead. Because we've got 2, 4, 7. We've got 9 and plus Gary. Yeah, so we've got... a Gary would drain them for 11. And we can't activate Veto yet, and we don't have any lifelink out there. Oh, we can activate Veto. I guess I should have played... Ooh, Luminous. Broodmoth is good. Broodmoth. Sorry, Broodmoth is good. So if they attack with the Pack Beasts, we're probably just going to take it. Because I don't really want to give them flying Pack Beasts back. Okay, so... Still nothing interesting there. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but wow, our devotion to black is ridiculous. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these guys, and because of Veto, they lose 2. And then we'll just go ahead and block with just go ahead and attack with the Nightmare Shepherd. So, forcing them to block with the Broodmoth. Now, I guess the smarter play would have been to wait to play Veto and then probably just kill them with that after they... Yeah, who knows? Who knows if they would have taken the Nightmare Shepherd. That was probably the right play, though. The other way, not what I did. Pretty sure we're still going to win this one. Oh, they have another Brood Moth. Okay. I honestly don't think that matters. Because what we're going to do here... we'll see what we draw. But in all likelihood, we're just going to... Yeah, we're just going to activate Veto. And smash. And they're going to lose. So, Veto gives everybody lifelink. When I gain life, they lose that much life. They only have 3. So we're throwing, a whole bunch of lifelink power at them. Pretty much no matter what they do, they're going to die. And they're tapped out. So, throw them the old good game. Yep, well, your block does not matter. So they would have died even just from the damage. It hadn't even calculated the lifelink yet. So, yeah, they made some kind of weird plays. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. If it's just an inexperienced player. Like I said, our rank is pretty low, so we're probably playing against some fairly new players, maybe with some kind of underpowered decks. All right, we're gonna hop back in for a third game and let's see if we can pick up another win. That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, I like this deck really well. It's been fairly good, at least in the levels I'm playing. I know it is not one of the best decks. So we're gonna mull this. 2 lands, no plays. We are on the draw, but this deck really wants a 1-drop or a 2-drop. We really don't want to start at 3. So we're gonna go ahead and mulligan. Okay, that's way better. The question is, yeah, I think Veto. Now, I could pitch a land. Let's do that. Let's get aggressive. Let's pitch a land. We are on the draw. Oh, well. Now, as long as we get... So, a couple of things need to happen here. We need... Oh, poop. Springer. That's bad. So, Hushbringer totally shuts our Arc Fiends off. That's really stinky. So, we're going to need to find... And they have Selfless Savior. So, we've got some challenges here, folks. We've got a tough row to hoe. So, Hushbringer turns off our Arc Fiends abilities. And Selfless Savior can protect Hushbringer from our removal spells. So this is extremely bad. We've kind of run into the deck designed to shut ours down. Now, if we see a Grafdigger's Cage or something then we're gonna know we're really in trouble. Ugh, more ways to protect their stuff. So, oh man, this is gonna be a real challenge. So I mean, what we do have is we have Nightmare Shepherd, which is kind of cool. No, you know what? We're gonna wait. We'll wait till the end of turn. Because we may get an opportunity to kind of block and sack here on Hallow Blade or something. One of the good things about the Nightmare Shepherd is we do get the opportunity to block the Hushbringer. So they're at 22. They're still a ways off. Jeez, so many protection creatures. Holy cow. They're still a ways off from being able to activate Speaker. So we're going to sacrifice an Arc Fiends. Yeah, dying doesn't... Yeah, okay, so... I think we're just going to hope they misclick, basically. We're just going to hope they forget about the fact that they have 2 ways to protect this thing. Oh no, they didn't forget about it. Oh shoot, I'm so surprised. Yeah. I guess what we can do is once we... No, we have 5. So what we actually can do, we can start bashing with Nightmare Shepherd and activating Veto. And then just drain them. So, like, even if they just block... Holy cow, man. Woof. I'm gonna keep doing that. But I can no priest here, but their ability won't trigger, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna attack with Nightmare. And if they take it, they're taking 8. Now they do have all the protection spells, but they are stuck on 2 lands. So that's got to be a real problem over there. Although this deck does do pretty well. So they've got Luminarch. So they're going to put the Luminarch counter on Hushbringer, I would guess. Yep. Which will eventually matter. But it does not at the moment. I think we're going to stick with the plan. For this turn, anyways. So, we're also gaining life, so we're gaining for a turn doing this. Which is a good thing for our long-term survival. And they're also taking 4. Or, sorry, taking 8. They're taking 8 every turn. And, they're not going to be able to do that much, well, any longer, really. They don't gain some life, they're going to be dead. Oh man, they're so stuck on lands here. They could have killed Nightmare Shepherd if they just had a 3rd land. Why they? So they're gonna be tapping my Nightmare Shepherd next turn. But like they've still got a real problem this turn. What do I got in my yard? Okay. No, should I have attacked with more? I'm actually not sure. Probably. You know what? In this case... No, I don't think we want to activate Veto. Oh, yeah, sorry. They're gonna... That's actually great, because the fact that they used Alcia, they're gonna give it Pro Black. We're not gonna deal any damage, so Veto would have been a real waste. Yep, that's fine. Sorry for the sneeze there. Okay, so Hushbringer's still around. It's going to get big enough. It's going to be able to just block our Nightmare Shepherd, and they're going to have a way to tap it. These are all significant problems, but we're going to ignore them and go ahead and play Grim Dancer. And I think we're going to go ahead and Death Touch and Menace. Lifelink is a positive here because of Veto, but Veto can just give it Lifelink. So... I think we're going to hold on to these other 2 cards for the moment. Now, they are running out... Oh, I guess they're not. They still have 2 ways to protect their stuff. But they're, yeah, if they really are going to use Giant Killer, let's see. So Witch's Cottage is going to allow us to put one of these on top. So I don't think we want to do that. Oh, oops, I must. Oh, okay, decline. Okay, yeah, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to attack with Grim Dancer. Oh, well, of course. Of course, that's what they did because that's the right play. So. I guess we're just going to be sitting around here for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. So this, I don't know if this is the right play. I'm not convinced we can win this. Like, their deck is just pretty perfectly built to prevent ours from doing what it wants to do. Yeah, I didn't read the card there. Oh, man. This is brutal. Hushbringer is just totally messing us up. Now, there are games where we could just draw enough removal to fight through their protections and kill it. But this has not been that game. That kind of the reason I played Null Priest and kicked it, other than not understanding the rules, not reading the cards, is because I really want to be able to sack stuff with a Yara, stuff that I don't care about very much. Oh, so now they're going to start putting counters on Speaker. Interesting. I'm guessing they want to eventually be able to attack with Speaker. Laros. Okay, so... okay. So... Dang. They still have 3 mana. Let's actually do this. So I'm going to play Laros. We are going to play a Arc Fiends. We're going to sack it. We are digging for more removal, essentially. And we're just going to go ahead and pass. Because we're just eventually going to have to get enough removal in hand to be able to kill Hushbringer. And with Laros, I mean, we can... Okay, so... With Laros, we can bring an Arc Fiends back every turn. And then sack it to Ayara. So we're going to get to draw an extra card every turn. I'm going to go ahead... Well, I guess... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and attempt to use this to take counters off of Hushbringer. Hopefully, they'll pop Alciad in response. Oh, that doesn't do what they want it to do. It gives it indestructible. I'm not killing it. I'm removing counters. Okay, so I hate this interface. I have screwed this up before, but pretty sure I did it right that time. So I can again... Well, if they're not going to tap it, I'm bashing with both. Oh, man. I feel like they're making a real mistake here. They should have... Unless they've got something in hand that's relevant. So that's possible. Seems great for me. Now what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to pop Alciad, yeah, and... Yep, so that I don't get to gain that life. But, like, this is fine. Yep, so Grim Dancer dies. Okay, so they drew another giant killer. And we're gonna sack the Nightmare Shepherd. Oops. Because that will make it so they lose their giant killer. It doesn't go on an adventure. It goes to graveyard instead. So Veto didn't really do anything. We're still having to work around Hushbringer. We're going to go ahead and play another Vessel. We are eventually going to find a kill spell here. Oh, yeah, so we're done. That's it. Okay, so that didn't go super well. Hushbringer, and multiple ways to protect it. So, yeah, that was pretty brutal. That's going to be enough for that deck for tonight. Thanks for watching. Come back next time. Subscribe to the channel, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Have a great day.